and welcome back to T's Kitchen, where I teach you how to cook large meals for events and gatherings. So, you know what? I'm going to get that sound effect down, because when I do that, I think of the Ginsu knife. For you young bucks, you don't know nothing about that. You know, you young Thundercats. But back in the day, we had the Ginsu knife. Anyway, so today we're doing, what is this right here? Green beans. And these are the cut green beans. And I'm going to show you how to do them from the can so that when you're cooking for a large event or a gathering, you could do a lot of green beans instead of having to pick all those green beans. If you want to, that's great. We could do that too. Do it the same way, but just pick them. So I wanted to show you the size. I know you know how to cut up a bell pepper, but I wanted to show you the size that I'm cutting up these bell peppers and these onions. So you know me, I try to pull as much of this stuff out as possible. So right now, look at that. Cutting it up, not small at all, because this is gonna cook for a while. And look at that. Cut that up, boom. You can cut it smaller if you want to. Look at that one. But anyways, and then I wanted to show you that is 3 bell peppers. And you see some colorful bell peppers underneath there because I thought it had green, but I had only 2 green ones. So I just went ahead and threw the, enough for 1 more bell pepper in the colored ones. But I want to show you what size onion that I do. This is a large onion. If you can't find one this big, look how big this thing in my hand. I'm shaking today. My medicine is not working, Dr. Savory. But anyway, this is a large onion. If you can't find one this big, do about 3 small ones. And anyways, I'm not going to cut this onion up because I already cut half of it up, and this is the other half of it. So I wanted to show you how large I'm going to cut this onion. So what I do is, you know how I normally cut it down like this, and it's kind of wide. And then normally I'll cut this way, parallel. But I'm not going to for these large size onions because they're going to be cooking for a while. See that? Oh, wrong bowl. Garbage bowl like Rachel Ray. So we're going to put these in here. This is just bell pepper and onion. And then one more. This is such a simple dish. This is one of those quick ones. So this is a potato. I wanted to show you how I cut up these potatoes. And I did this yesterday. Told you about that. Anything you could do ahead of time, do it ahead of time. This is the freezer bag I had it in. Had the potatoes in here with some water so they won't go brown on you. And then I started cutting this one up today so I can show you how big I cut these. So all I did was, to use my little potato filler right here and get the peeling off. And you want to use, these are russet potatoes because they can stand up to the long cooking. If you get some creamers or something like that, they're going to break down into mush and you're going to be looking for your potatoes. So anyways, and I washed all my potatoes off just to kind of get some of that starch off of them. So you see this big old potato. Can you see the whole potato?
Yeah. So
I'm going to cut this thing in half. Don't have to be perfect halves. Now I'm not going to cut it in half again. It's going to stay that big. And what I'm going to do is start cutting chunks. Look at that. Chunks. Because it's going to be cooking for a while. And it's not going to go in at the beginning, but the meats are. And I'm going to show you my meats. Look at that. Chunks. This is how I saw my mother do it. I never was a real green bean eater, but I like them now. And so these are my meats. And this is what we're going to start off with. This is 1 ham shank and 2 packs of ham hocks. It came with 2 ham hocks in each pack. If your ham hocks are really huge, then just use 1 pack. Or like I always say, no meat at all. So all right, we're going to take this over to the stove. And I showed you the green beans, right? So what I'm going to show you with this is, what I did is what I'm going to show you is how I open this can up on the side, and I'm gonna pour the juice off of this because I have 6 cans of chicken broth over there that I'm going to cook these potatoes in. I don't want to use the broth that they came in. So, and this is going to help flavor everything up in that chicken broth. You don't have to use chicken broth, you can use all water. But I always say flavor up your water well. So anyways, Reg, let's get this in here. Now I'm going to turn this on because you want to start from a cold broth or water. So as you can see, I already put these 4 cans in. That's 5, and this is number 6. And I also put 1 can of water in there. So now, I shouldn't even went with that. Now what I did, so I don't have to dig into my seasonings today, I put a cup of my seasonings and I'm going to sprinkle it to see how it looks. Because this is what's going to, I'm going to go for it. So I used a cup of my seasonings, and you know what they are if you look at any of my other videos. Or use your own seasonings, but always cut back on the salt. So this right here, I'm getting all my meat in here. Now this meat is going to take a couple of hours to cook. So that's why I'm putting it on now. I have my heat on, should be a medium. I would say a medium until it starts to get warm. Then turn it down to a medium low because you want this meat to cook and cook and cook and really get cooked down. Check it in about 2 hours and see what that meat is looking like, because you gotta figure out. And I forgot, stay right there, Reg. I forgot the doggone bell peppers and onions, because we gotta put this in here so that it starts to cook down too. That's why we cut them so large. See? And those are gonna cook down to, you won't even know they're in there. So there we go. Got your bell peppers, your onions, your seasonings, your broth, and your meats. So right now, we making a good stock for those green beans. So what I'm gonna show you, Reg, I'm gonna show you this. Come over here, Reg. So what I did with these 2, I already drained them. See, there's no juice in there. I already drained it. And this one, I wanted to show you how I did it. So I just use a can opener, open this side a little bit. Get a good strong butter knife like that. And then I'm draining off the juice. You see that? So I'm gonna pour all this juice off. And these will be ready for that when it gets, after that meat starts to cook. Is it, it can't be warm already.
No, it's fogging up.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because it's cold.
Just a little.
So anyways, and then the potatoes are going to go in towards the end. So I'm going to let you see how to balance this out, because you have to realize these are already soft. They're not raw. They're already cooked. They're just in that juice that they put them in. So those potatoes will probably go in before these beans. But if you really want to cook that canned taste out of these beans, go ahead and put it in that broth after we get these meats pretty much done. So I'm going to let you know. I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you all this good stuff. My mother, I watched her do it. And my mother know how to cook, okay? Anyway, so, and my aunties too. My aunties, they know how to do some things. You know, I need to get the recipe, the real recipe for my Aunt Doris and my Aunt Thelma on those yams. They got the ancient Negro secret. They not telling me yet. Probably because I haven't asked. All right, so we'll be right back when it's time to add those. We're going to decide if it's going to be the green beans or the potatoes. All right. Okay, so we're back. Ready to get in the pot. This has been 2 hours exactly. And now you can see that the meat, look at that. My fork is going through the meat. It's coming off of the This is a ham, that's one of the ham hocks. The ham shank is in here. Let me see if you see it, Reg. That's another ham hock. That ham shank is falling apart. I wanted you to see it. Anyways, it's in there, and the meat is practically done now. It's coming off the little bones. So what I'm going to do, I had to switch pots. This is the pot I started in. I had to switch to one of my larger pots because I realized this is going to bring that liquid up. So we're going to start putting these 3 cans in here. Come over here so I won't splash myself. Get it in there. Come on, man. There you go. See it, kinda. There we go. That's 1 can. And we're going to do the green beans and the potatoes at the same time. Because I'm going to cook this for 1 hour. And I'm going to come back and check those potatoes in an hour. So you look how much. That's a lot of green beans. I still have some left in here. Let me get that in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and, because remember the green beans are done. We're just getting that flavor in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put my potatoes in there.
Okay, hold up. The splashes.
Sorry.
Oh, man. Look, camera taking damage.
Hey, man up. Take it.
Nah, that was molten hot.
That's what happens when you're in the kitchen. I told you get burnt up a lot. So, anyways, look at that. There go that ham shank. Look at how that's falling apart. See that? That's when I want to go ahead and put my green beans and my potatoes in there. And the broth is perfectly seasoned. That cup for those 6 cans of chicken broth and that 1 can of water was perfectly with 1 cup of my seasonings. Like I said, you can look at my other videos and you can see what my seasonings are, or you can do your own seasonings. Just cut back on the salt, way back. So I'm gonna I have another lid for this pot. I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff away. And listen, when this is done, and it smells so good. When this is done, I'm gonna let you know how it looks. And as you can see, this is one of my biggest pots. So that's why I say you could cook for a large gathering or event. And if you don't want to cook that much and you just want to do it for your family, just do some small cans. And don't use a ham shank or a ham hocks or anything. Use some bacon fat, and that'll flavor it up for you and give you some flavor. And then your seasonings, of course. That's what brings it home. So, all right, we're going to be back when this gets done. I wish I felt like making some hot water cornbread or some cornbread to go with that. Maybe you could do that. All right, be back in a minute. So, welcome back. Listen, here we go. Look at this big, it's steaming. You see the steam coming off of that? Look at those beautiful green beans. I made it taste good. And you can too. Double this recipe, triple it, do it in batches. And that way you'll feel in control. Look, I got me a taste. And like I said, I don't really eat too many green beans, but when I make something that I like, I'm starting, oh my God. That's some of that ham shank with that. And I cooked it exactly 1 hour. And look at that. The potatoes are just, you can cut it right now. Look at that with your fork. Nice and done and creamy. But not falling apart. Listen, cook you some green beans for the holidays. This will be good for Thanksgiving. You know, that's what I'm doing. We're going to have these for Thanksgiving too. Yeah. That seasoning, ham hocks, that ham shank, bell peppers and onions. Do it in stages. The meat come first. After 2 hours, that meat was ready. And then I put in the green beans and the potatoes at the same time and cooked it for 1 hour. And it's still hot. You know what? I'm about to have me some green beans for dinner. Wait a minute. I'm about to choke. I can't even get my lemonade.
Don't even try.
That cool, refreshing drink. That's what I get for eating too fast. That's good though. Y'all excuse me. Don't mind me. I'm at home in my kitchen. And I'm about to, listen, you know what? I'm gonna get a spoon. And I'm gonna eat this up. Like I said, if you want to do a small amount, get you a small can. Don't worry about the ham shanks, ham hocks. Even if you want to do it in a large amount. Turkey butts. You could do it with that. And the seasonings. The seasonings are important. So, listen. Thank you guys so much for joining me this evening, this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are. I pray that you will try these. I promise it'll come out good. I got that little right there in my throat. That's okay. But the devil is trying to choke me.
Got them 11 herbs and spices.
It's not spicy.
It's not. I thought you had some pepper in it or something.
It's just that the seasoning. God, right there. Y'all know how it is. When you get that little something in your throat. But I also want to say earlier, when I was shaking like a bobblehead, what I found out is when we took a break is that my sugar level was too low. I had let it get too low. So that's why I was shaking so extra bad. Anyways, I ate me something, ate me a salad, sprinkled me some those little cranberries in there. Those are sweet. And that just brought me up, leveled me off. And look, I'm not shaking. And don't y'all be offended at my knife in the beginning. That's my Ginsu knife. I Ginsu'd myself the other day. And yeah, it sliced me real good. So I was out of commission for a couple of days, cutting up a dang on onion for myself. And Ginsu'd myself. Anyways, look how good those green beans look. Oh my goodness. My daughter is waiting to taste them. So good. I'm gonna try it again.
Okay.
Lemonade. That cool, refreshing drink. Wowlers. Fruit punch and lemonade.
Oh my God.
That did it that time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys have been viewing the channel, which is great. Thank you so much. Thank you. But you haven't been commenting. You're supposed to tell me if you're going to try it or not. If you tried it or not. You know, the recipes, the different things. Let me know. I enjoy even feedback I've gotten. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. God bless you. And we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.